We are travel enthusiasts, David and Claire. We also absolutely love cruises. Join us in this vlog as we go aboard the Sky Princess, and we have our first ever cabin with a balcony, albeit obstructed view. In this episode we tell you what we like about the cabin and what we don't like. We also discuss whether we think a cabin is worthwhile paying for.
Hello and welcome back to the channel.
So as you can probably see, we are on the Sky Princess and we're on Emerald Deck 8, and that's because that's where our cabin is, and we thought we'd do you a room tour of our cabin.
So we are in E424, which is an obstructed balcony room.
Now what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you what happens when you approach the room, and Claire's going to show you how you get in. So it's this one here. There you go, Claire, walk up to the door and show them.
It's not working.
So you see it says welcome Claire, that's because she's wearing a wristband. So she's got the medallion on her wrist, and it shows a nice little picture of her. So come on, let's go and have a look in the room. So if we start at the entrance, you've got a coat hook there, and you've got the electric panel there that's already got a card in, and your light switches. Moving round into this area, this is great because the luggage area is huge, isn't it?
Yes.
It's very adequate.
You've also got more storage in here.
Yeah.
And also your safe.
Now with the safe, it is worth noting that you cannot fit a laptop in the safe. No. But on the positive side, it was a very easy safe to use, wasn't it? Mm-hmm.
You've got extra...
I think they're curtains.
I think they're curtains.
I'm sure they're curtains.
I don't know why there's curtain up there.
My bag.
Storage area, and you've got your life
jackets. You've then got... You counted the hangers, didn't you, when we came in? There was loads.
There was 30 odd, yeah, there was loads, yeah.
And then also those cases can push even further back into that corner. Yeah. So you do have quite significant storage for your clothes.
Yeah, nice area.
And it's a nice area for getting changed as well, because...
Behind you there's a full-length mirror, so you can actually get changed here.
Yeah. But the bathroom's quite small, so this serves as a great space to get changed.
And the bathroom.
So into the bathroom, Claire, switch the light on. It's worth noting, just before going to the bathroom, that that light up there is on a sensor. So when you get up in the middle of the night to go to the toilet, it goes on and it goes off after a little while. So yeah, into the bathroom. So obviously you've got your sink there. You've got, in terms of what they give you, you've got a hand wash, and you've also got a body lotion. Now I've got sunburnt legs, so the body lotion is actually by my bedside. You've then got the shower, which actually she don't know I'm going to do this, but I'm going to get Claire to stand in the shower so that it gives you an idea of how big it is. Hopefully she ain't got muddy shoes.
No, I haven't got muddy shoes.
So it's quite a big shower. For anyone that has an upside down pineapple on their door, how many people do you think you could get in the shower, Claire?
Oh, 2, 3 at a push. 3 small people. 3
small people. So if you are that way inclined, you can get 3 small people. You've then got 4 hooks on the back of the door.
Yeah.
And that's that. Now into the piece de resistance. So this is the main room. The bed, I would say that is probably a king size, if not bigger, isn't it?
That's David's teddy, I'll just point that out.
Yeah, thank you for that, Claire. So he is the same age as me, actually. He's 37. So in terms of what you've got besides the bed, you've got more storage. Those drawers, you can fit underwear, stuff like that in there. Also the light, so you've got your light, but you've also got USB. Yeah, so it's worth... Which is really handy. It's worth noting that. I'll come on to electrics in a minute and what else you've got in terms of plugs. But yeah, that's really handy. Just moving around the bed. So you've got areas for your shoes there, which is great. You've got this storage area here. Now, I guess the one criticism of this is you've got your kettle. However, there are no plugs on this side. So you almost build this side as a way of making your drinks, but you can't make your drinks.
No, you have to move the kettle over there just to boil the kettle.
But show them what we've got under there. So we have got a fridge.
With 1 lonely bottle of water in there.
With 1 lonely bottle of water. Now you can get bottles of water on the Princess Plus package, which is what we're on. So they delivered 8 bottles at the start of the week. I'm not sure how many more we'd be entitled to, but we will check. And I'll try and put a note in the description. So just moving on to this side, you've obviously got your lamp there. Now when we first got in it, I says, oh, this would be an amazing desk for me to work at. I can use my laptop and I can do some editing. And Claire says, no. She says, that's my getting ready desk.
That's my makeup.
So you see our makeup's kind
My
of
lotions and potions.
took over. Claire's got a little tip for you. So those baskets, you get those on the pool deck with food in them. So Claire's suggestion is, why don't you nick one, take it back to the room, and you can put your lotions and potions in.
I didn't know you was going to put that in the vlog.
Did we not discuss that?
We're not encouraging any behaviour like that. It's just I thought it'd be handy.
Leave it behind.
We are returning it.
Leave it behind on the last day.
Yes, we're not taking it.
Not taking it. Okay. So just moving on to what you've got in terms of plugs. So you can see this one here is a European plug. You've then got next to it, I'm not quite sure, I think that's probably a shaving point. You've got another European plug there, and you've got an American plug there. You've also got another American plug behind the telephone. So that one's there. Just in terms of tips, so you're not allowed extension cords on a ship, but what we've got is we've got this USB set up. So basically it's a normal fused plug, and then it goes into this USB setup. So you've got multiple USB devices. So that's that.
And more storage, obviously you've got some more.
And more storage there. In terms of the television, so we've got a television in the room. I'll just show you what you can do on the telly, and then we'll show you the balcony. Okay, so once you turn the television on, you get a choice to select who's actually watching the telly. So we're going to go for me, because otherwise you'll probably see a load of Disney films prop up. So in terms of things you can do on the telly, so first of all you have, oh, let me turn the volume down. So first of all, you have, when you arrive, you have the safety video will be on here, so you have to watch that. It is a requirement, and it will log whether you've watched it or not. You've got the weather. You can see location, so the location's very good. You get a map of where the ship's been. You've got various different things, princess prizes. You've got the bridge cam, so you can see from up on the bridge. The wake show is like the entertainment team. They do a little show on there. You've then got guest services, so you can order things through the television. So you've got stateroom delivery. We're going to cover that in another video, but yeah, you can do that. You've then got, like I say, it breaks it down into category. But the beauty of it is, I mean, in terms of movies, so you've got a load of movies on here. Most of them are the ones that are shown on the top deck, but yeah, they are modern, up-to-date movies. I say that Mamma Mia's on there, that's getting quite old now. You've got live TV, so you've got BBC HD, which I think's really good, and you've got all your news channels. That's about it. There's not a lot of live TV, but to be honest with you, why would you watch TV when you're on a cruise ship? You've then got some TV series as well. They've got audio books, so yeah, again, something interesting there. Continue watching. What have we been watching recently? We haven't been watching that. We might have clicked on them accidentally to start, yeah, but yeah, there's your safety essentials video, so you do have to watch that in the beginning. Okay, so that's the TV. Let's go and have a look at the balcony. Now, it's an obstructed balcony cabin,
yeah,
isn't it?
So we weren't sure what we were going to get, but I thought we normally just get an outside cabin with a window, and that was all we really needed. So yeah. However obstructed it was, it didn't really matter.
We didn't care, it was just outside space. However, come and look at this. You tell me if it's obstructed. We're in port today.
This is our obstructed balcony.
We are in Copenhagen, so we're in port. Now, in terms of the obstructions, so the obstructions are when you look directly down. So you cannot come out of this cabin and look straight down, because you'll get this canopy, you'll get the deck, and you will get the lifeboats. However, when you are on the sea, that is all completely irrelevant, because when you look out there,
far and wide,
you can see the horizon, you can see the sky, and you can see the sea. So you can't see little men throwing ropes down and putting the anchor down, but what you can do is you can see the sea.
Perfect for us.
Yeah.
And you can sit out. It's quite a nice sized balcony. You can sit out here.
Yeah.
You can put
do you want to demonstrate?
Down.
Yeah, the chairs go down. You get a table.
Go down there, so you can lie down if you've got the sun coming through.
Now, a little tip I would give you, and we didn't realise this when we booked, but if you look on this cabin, this is actually one of the larger balconies, E424, one of the larger obstructed balcony cabins, because if you see that glass panel actually goes at a diagonal because we're on a bit of a curve of the ship. So if I just take you round and you see the rest of the ship, you can see that the panels go inwards, especially on those middle ones. So this, I would say this one probably, no, the other one next door goes back in. So I would say this one and the one that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down would end up being the biggest of the balcony cabins in terms of the obstructed. So yeah. But anyway, let's have a sit down. Let's chat to you about what we think to it and how we found the cabin. So at the start of this video, I asked a question of if an obstructed balcony cabin was worth the money. What do you think there?
100%.
100%. So when we went to book, we booked it, it's a group cruise that we're on, so we booked it through their travel agent, and his recommendation was that it ends up cheaper to do an obstructed balcony cabin rather than do an outdoor one with just a window. Now, because we're used to just a window, we thought we really don't care what the view's like on the balcony. It just gives us some extra outdoor space, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now what we found is we come out here sometimes with a coffee, especially coming out of Norway yesterday, out of Oslo. We sat here as we came out of the fjords.
We was watching the jet skis, and actually one of the jet skis, they came off of the jet ski.
Yeah.
We weren't filming, we'd filming loads before, and then we didn't film when they actually come off. Everyone was cheering and clapping, it was so fun.
So he was showboating and showing off, and he was racing the cruise ship, and yeah, he fell off. So great entertainment from the balcony.
Yeah.
I suppose the only thing I will say is it is shaded, so because you've got the balconies above, I don't think we've ever really been in sunlight, so you need to be prepared that it's not really going to be particularly warm out here, especially if there's a sea breeze. It is lovely, it is refreshing, so don't let that put you off. Now the other thing that's great about it is when you see the cruising into places. So I filmed the footage of, where's the first place we went into? Or was it Oslo?
No, it was
Did the time lapse, didn't I?
Kristiansand.
So either Kristiansand or Oslo. I will drop the footage in now, but you can see what you can get if you sit out here in the morning when you arrive at a location. Just in terms of the room, so my only criticism really with the room, I would say, is the fact that the kettle's on one side where there's no plugs.
But it's not a major issue, it's just bizarre.
Yeah, and also, like I said, the safe, so you cannot fit a laptop in the safe. We've only ever done one other cruise company, and that was Marella, and I could get my laptop in that safe. So just to give you a bit of context, things like that. But yeah, other than that, we are well and truly happy.
Decor's lovely, it's a really lovely room.
And the standard as well. Yeah.
Really happy.
And also the room service, so the guy that comes and turns down our room, you always get on the cruise ships, are very friendly, he always have a laugh and a joke with you. He saw us get our camera out earlier and he says, oh, don't film me, he says, I'm camera shy. So yeah.
Funny guy.
But yeah, so would you recommend it to everyone?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
It's been a lovely, lovely room.
So if you're looking for an outdoor cabin with an outdoor balcony cabin with an obstruction, E424, give it a go.